Hello. Hi. And hello, hi again from future me. So I've been working on this video for a very long time. Like, I started scripting this before Acid Angels from Asia, formed or was announced. A lot happened in the time it took me to script this, and then a lot happened in the time it took me to film this, and a lot happened in the time it took me to edit this. So, I will be appearing a few times throughout the video to add a little extra information. Sure, it's gonna add a bit of chaos to this video, but I wanted it to be up to date. I mean, granted, I know things are gonna happen after the video is uploaded, but I don't know, maybe I'll film a part 2 or something someday. Let's watch me talk about tripleS for an hour. Now, it's no secret on this channel that I am a huge fan of girl groups, and I get so excited whenever there's a new girl group announcement. And never in my K-pop career have I ever been as intrigued in a girl group as tripleS. A group from a brand new company that at the time I had found out about them didn't even have any music yet. On top of that, they didn't even have all their members announced, but there was all this content you could watch. They even had merchandise before they even put out a song, and they were controversial. Well, I'm intrigued. So I took it upon myself to do a nice little deep dive on the group, learn everything I possibly can. I joined their Discord. I watched every piece of content on their Can I help you? I joined their Discord. I watched every single YouTube video uploaded. I bought all the merch. I downloaded the app. That was my cat. I got the full tripleS experience. And all of that might have accidentally led up to me meeting some of the girls. Tell me you're not interested in this video. Don't actually tell me that. So let's start off by answering the question, what is tripleS? Or is it who is tripleS? Whatever. Well, according to K-pop profiles, tripleS is an upcoming 24-member girl group under Modhaus. The girl group plans to combine the worlds of NFT and K-pop. The members will rotate between the groups, units, solo, etc., chosen by the fans. They will present a new dimension every season with new concepts. The fans will also be able to participate and communicate with the content of the group. The whole group plans to debut in 2023. Did you see the red flags? Because you should. There are definitely some red flags. So let me take this video to essentially break down that paragraph. And now, I don't want you to see this as me convincing you to love or hate tripleS. This isn't what this is. I honestly don't care what you do. Just don't leave me an angry comment, please. I am just here to tell you what I have learned after jumping down the tripleS rabbit hole. This is my experience. So let's begin with the first red flag. Yeah, I think this is intimidating to everyone. At the time I am filming this right now, we are only at 12 members. Said that 12 isn't a lot, but hey guys, we are halfway there. Yay. As for the other 12 members, they are not even decided yet. Some of them might not even be in the company. They are still holding auditions for this group. We also don't really have a timeline of knowing when the other girls are going to be announced. It's kind of random. There's not the first day of the month we find out. It just happens. You just go with it. Now, the first member of tripleS was announced on May 1st of 2022. Her name is Seoyeon, and we can refer to her as S1. Each girl, as they join tripleS, gets the title of S, insert number of member they are when they join. So the first member is S1, second member is S2, yada yada yada, until we get to S24. The S little s thing is a lore thing, by the way. Not gonna get into that. And I know this whole thing is my deep dive into tripleS, but I'm really not gonna spend a lot of time talking about the individual members because that would take just so long, and those videos exist. If you want to learn about the members and their personalities, go to those videos. Here, let me pop some videos up on the screen. You can check them out. Just know that the girls making up this group come from various levels of experience. We have girls from survival shows, girls that are related to other idols, girls that are, I don't want to say nobodies, but they're new. We have even former idols. We got Korean girls. We now have Japanese girls. I don't know if we're going to expand any more than that, but as you can see, huge variety of girls. Okay, no, I said I wasn't going to talk about the girls individually, but I will tell you my biases, okay? Seoyeon, Yooyeon, Yubin. Moving on. We meet all the girls through tripleS's daily show called Signal, which you can watch on YouTube. What's interesting about Signal is it's daily and it's uploaded the day that it's filmed. And if you don't believe me, if you think they're scamming you, no, they make a big point to hold up their phone to show you that it is that date that it is being uploaded. So what you're watching happened hours before. Honestly, a novel idea. To me, the coolest part about doing the content this way is you really feel like you're experiencing tripleS in real time, and anytime teasers get announced, the members of tripleS are seeing those too. So you get to see the teaser and the next day know you're going to see their reaction to it. And the members of tripleS are just as clueless as us when it comes to knowing future members. And so it's very interesting to see the girls watch these teasers and speculate on the girls, just like we're doing. I think what's also really cool about uploading the content the day of is it forms this connection with your fans. So when you're doing, say, like a fan sign or a video call with the members, you can talk about something that just happened, right? There's inside jokes. You're not bringing up something that happened like months ago. And okay, wait. Speaking of fans, I want to briefly talk about the fandom name. If you watch Signal, you're going to notice that we're called masters. Thanks, I hate it.
그러면 저희는 이제 마스터님들이라고 불러야 돼요? 팬덤 이름이 마스터님이. 아니, 그건 아닐 것 같아.
But that is not the fandom name. No, not the fandom name. Let me make it clear again. Not the fandom name. Confirmed, not the fandom name. But they call us masters. So right now, the fans have given themselves the fan name Swissy. Swissy is a combination of tripleS and the old English word wissy, which means to guide. The name represents how fans will guide the members through voting. And because Swissy sounds like Swiss cheese, the fans have adopted cheese as their symbol. Yeah, I'm not wearing this hat because it makes my eyes pop. It doesn't go with this outfit. Actually, does it? And now you'll be smart enough to answer the question when someone goes into the comments and asks, why is she wearing a cheese hat? Because they only made it 1 minute into the video and you're cooler and made it further. Okay, but back to talking about signals. For the most part, the signal content to me is okay. As the group grows, you're not getting that daily content of every single member, which is fine. There's 24. It's going to be hard, and you don't want the content to be too long. For the most part, they're like 5 to 10 minutes. Not even. Every now and then there's a long one, but it's rarely that long. A lot of the videos are them doing stuff around the house, like cooking, arts and crafts, have some training stuff, so dance lessons, singing lessons, learning languages. Sometimes they'll go to this restaurant. Sometimes they go on walks. Cute girls doing cute things. I don't know how I forgot to mention this, but there are signals of them working. Obviously, there are signals of them doing photo shoots for magazines, photo shoots for the NFTs. They have brand deals that they do. And like, obviously, going to music shows, a lot of the signals I had touched on, I guess, are more like the earlier signals, which we still have that kind of content, but as the group starts promoting more, you're going to get more of them, working. You obviously won't get signals of them filming music videos because those have to be, kept a secret. And you can see the other girls reacting to them, filming music videos. A huge variety of signal content. And like I said, the videos aren't that long, but if you miss a few, it can be kind of intimidating to catch up. Is it okay if I take off the hat? Sorry, this is just way more comfortable. On weekends, the content is slightly different. It's more of kind of a recap of the week with some commentary. On Saturdays, we get Signal Weekly, and on Sunday, we get Selfie Signal Sunday? Is that it? Sunday Selfie Signal. Yeah, whatever. You just get some extra footage, just get the recap. It's skippable. I skip it. I'm sorry, I skip it. They also have shorts and secret bases. I also skip that. Sorry, it's a lot of content. Granted, I know I said in like the introduction, I watched every single content. Had to be dramatic, I'm sorry. But my thoughts in general for signals, they're kind of skippable. I personally am also just in the space in K-pop where I don't really like watching content for groups, especially not like daily. The best signal episodes definitely revolve around new members being announced and teasers and seeing everyone's reactions to the teasers. And then when the new member joins, that's definitely the charm of seeing how everyone kind of reacts with the new girl. Is there like a guide to these episodes, like a signal filler guide? So you know just like where those episodes are. Also, Sua is in those episodes, and you know it's an eventful episode when Sua is there. Sua is like this little talking robot thing, very similar to the one in Too Hot to Handle, which I don't know if I really want to be making that connection, but it's just what I think of.
저는 앞으로 윤서연님의 생활을 도와줄 수아라고 합니다. 잘 부탁합니다.
수아? 수화?
She's there in episodes when new members arrive and when there's like comeback debut news, song news. She's there for eventful stuff. And so earlier I talked about what I liked about Signal, so like the pros of Signals. So I feel like it's only fair for me to also talk about like the cons of Signal. Really just one big one that I have against Signals. Every now and then they will announce something and then it doesn't happen. The big one I think about is Seoyeon's Photobook, which I will show and talk about later in the video, so I won't get into that here. And so when other groups are working on something that ends up never seeing the light of day, we'll just never know about it. But because with these, like, upload the day of, they'll, like, say something, and then it's just, like, wrong, or it doesn't happen the way that they said it happened, because they didn't think it through. They weren't ready to make the announcement. And then we're kind of left wondering what happened. And not to say that this doesn't happen with other groups. Like, this isn't a tripleS Signal specific thing. Like, I can think of some NCT promises that, I don't know what happened to some of the things that they promised. But I do think this is something Modhaus is a bit more susceptible to doing with this route. There's just sometimes they say things in these videos. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have told us about this. And this other thing, it's not actually Signal specific, but it kind of just goes with this. At the very beginning, they had this big teaser about tripleS and the S's. And in that teaser, you can kind of see which girl is which S, and it's just already wrong. It's been wrong. For instance, Jeong was teased to be S5, but she is now S4. And then S14 was apparently going to be Kim Dasom, who is not going to be in tripleS anymore. She's not in Modhaus. So, it's not Signal like specific, but I just try to take anything Modhaus mentions or teases in videos with a grain of salt. But as I've been talking about this group so far, have they reminded you of anyone? Perhaps of another group with the kind of girl of the month release? A group with daily content where you get to see the members meet each other for the first time? Anything? Also, if you are wondering how they house the girls, it's a little confusing. There was one house, which then became 2 houses. And then they got this 3rd house in Seoul. And now they have 2 more houses in Japan. I can't keep track. Just know they got a lot of houses. And by house, I mean house.
We have Joseph, who has a project called Modhaus.
Okay, so this is probably not a red flag for you because you're probably wondering what is Modhaus, which is valid, and that is their entertainment company. But the real question you should ask is, who is Modhaus? As in, who is behind Modhaus? And that answer is Jaden Jeong. He is the real red flag we are talking about. Now hear me out before you start disliking the video, because I am simply just going to explain why Jaden Jeong could be considered a red flag to people. Now this name could mean nothing to you. This name could send shivers down your spine, make your blood boil, or you're like, oh my god, that's amazing news. All very understandable reactions. So Jaden Jeong is no newbie to the industry. He has worked with plenty of groups, including Wonder Girls, Lovelies, Ladies Code, Only One Of, and most famously, Luna. Yes, he is the creative mind behind pre-debut Luna. Girl of the Month release, the subunits, the content, the lore. That's him. And yeah, doesn't that sound very familiar to what tripleS is doing? And so this doesn't have to be a red flag for you, because it sounds kind of exciting. To re-experience that kind of Luna pre-debut era, like, yeah, sign me up. The thing is, Jaden Jeong has a lot of haters. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. Like, all that information is already out there on the internet. Mistreatment with Luna, which maybe that actually wasn't him after all. With all the information coming out about Luna, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The red flag I have with Jaden Jeong is this pattern of wanting to do too much with the group and then later kind of ditching them when he realizes he doesn't have the funds or the ability to fulfill his vision. And maybe that wording is unfair, but that's just the impression I've been given. Some of his past choices have just rubbed me the wrong way. You will find out very quickly that Jaden Jeong is a very polarizing figure. There are people who worship him. There are people who absolutely despise him. And it is okay if you are indifferent. That all being said, I do have more optimism with Jaden Jeong when it comes to tripleS, with the singular reason being that he is the founder Modhaus. Like, he's kind of committed here. Although I guess I didn't stop Ryan June with Bugaboo and I did it. But tripleS is kind of Jaden Jeong's baby. He gets to do whatever he wants. He answers to no one. He gets to fulfill his creative vision finally. And because he has a history in the industry, but because he's been in the industry, he has connections. He knows how this goes. He's in a better spot than a lot of other small companies. So there is huge potential for this group. The only thing that could possibly be holding them back is, well, money.
안녕하세요. 우대가 사러 오셨나요?
Okay, here's possibly the biggest red flag. The big controversy of tripleS. NFTs. Yes, there are NFTs, and let me just say, I'm no expert on NFTs. Most people aren't. All I know is NFTs are bad. Okay? Let me just make it clear, I don't like NFTs. But if there is anyone who knows a lot about NFTs, who wants to go down to the comments and explain NFTs, especially relating it to the way tripleS does their NFTs, go ahead. All I've gathered is something to do with Polygon, which might be more environmentally friendly or cheaper or something blockchain. Dude, I don't know. Really what I'm going to do is talk about how the NFTs tie into tripleS without getting into the whole like blockchain part of it, minting and NFT jargon. I don't know that stuff. I know like surface level what's going on. tripleS uses an app called Cosmo, which you can download for free on Apple or Android. Not an ad. This is not an ad. The app is improving. I downloaded it first day and it was a mess. I have like this phone recording of me trying to log in and it took like an hour. It was insane. But they've made a lot of progress. That bug rarely happens now. They've also made a lot of good UI changes based off of feedback, which I can really appreciate. The only big issue I really see nowadays is when there's a lot of traffic, it collapses. And let me just say, I totally understand how having a lot of traffic can cause an app or a site to slow down or crash. I mean, I deal with that at my job. But I don't know, they should know by now when the app is gonna have this much traffic, because it's consistent. I know when the app's gonna have a lot of traffic. And it's anytime they release a new NFT. Like literally every time now. They had this whole week where every day they dropped a different one for each girl. And like, you had 12 days of this and it wasn't resolved by like the last day still. It's like to the point where you're spending money and you're not getting what you paid for. So then you have to email customer support, ask for a refund, or ask for the thing that you purchased. And it's a hassle. It's frustrating, and I'm speaking from experience here because I dealt with this on the last day. And like, you would think that by day 12, they would have had something to fix this problem, especially since it was Kotone's day and she's clearly popular. She has a fan base from before tripleS. Like, I don't know. I have sympathy for the team, but guys, you really have to step it up if you're going to want to keep doing this app and have these drops, because you're just going to get more users. So, come on. But let me talk about what you can actually do on the app. On the app, you can see these daily uploaded Polaroid pictures of the girls from that day's Signal episode. There are links to Discord events, and the main focus of the app, which are objects, aka the NFTs. You do get 2 free objects when you download the app. The first time you sign in, you will get a free 100 welcome class object. I know that didn't really make sense to you, but just hold off. As of right now, you cannot trade these. I don't know if you'll ever be able to get to trade these, but whichever girl you get, that's who you got. But obviously you can't trade them because people would just make a bunch of accounts and trade them all to like their main account. So like, I understand why they're untradeable. I would just really like to be able to get Seoyeon's and Yuyeon's welcome class objects. And then the other free object you can get is by following all of the socials. It is just going to be a first class object. Once again, untradeable. And then if you had signed up for like the pre-order of this app before it launched, you got this cool little 0 class object, which I don't know what it does. It has no purpose right now. Can't trade it. It's there. I don't know if they have plans to do something with the 0 class objects later, but I have it. As you can see, the objects are essentially just photo cards of the members. In fact, there are real life photo card versions, but I'm getting ahead of myself. On the front, you will see the picture of the girl. There is a colored border on the right side with the member's name, the number of the card, followed by a letter, the serial number, and then tripleS. The picture on the card relates to the number on the card. If it's followed by a Z, that means it was purchased on the app. If it is followed by A, that means it was a physical object that was scanned. So a 101A card is the same as a 101Z card. The serial number is really not that important, but some people really care about getting low serial numbers. You pretty much have to be extremely lucky or awake when the objects drop. For those wondering, I do have some low serial numbered cards. Not to flex. I still haven't been able to get a 1 serial number, but I tried really hard to get one for this video. I woke up for the 4 a.m. drop every day for a week, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't get one. But the lowest one I did get was 3. And I'm like really proud of this card because it was Seoyeon, and the app was self-destructing when I got this. So everyone was having a really hard time to get objects. People weren't even getting their objects, but for some reason my app was fine. And she's a very popular member, and to get a number 3 for her, I don't know, I was shocked when it was that low. Anyway, back to learning more fun things about objects. On the back of the card, we have the member's name, the class, which can be welcome, 0, first, double, and special, as of right now. The season, we are currently in Atom 1, but that's supposed to be like ending soon. So I don't know what the next season's gonna be. I think it's supposed to start with a B. That's a speculation. I don't know. And then you have the signature of the member and a QR code. I'm not really sure what the point is of the QR code on the app, because the physical objects, the QR code is what you scanned, and then that will make it appear in your collection on the app. And so to say that again slightly differently, when you scan the QR code on the physical photo card, it becomes an NFT. So you can own a lot of these cards physically and not be supporting the NFT aspect of tripleS. So to say that once again, you can buy merchandise and not support NFTs. You can support tripleS without supporting NFTs. It is totally your choice to take that extra step to get the NFT. All right, let's put it out there. I have bought objects. Oh, it was for research, obviously. But there was no way for me to do this video while avoiding this huge part of tripleS that so many people have questions about. So if you're mad at me that I bought NFTs, I'm sorry. I'm not exactly giddy about it myself, but it's happened. You don't have to do it. That's cool. But we're all going to be mature about this, okay? Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about buying and collecting these. So we'll start by talking about first class objects, which are pretty much always available for purchase. These are 101 through 120. As of right now, they can be purchased on the app for $2.99 USD, and there are options for bundling for a bit of a cheaper price. When you buy objects, they are given to you at random. You don't know what you're gonna get. You just know what you could possibly get. The store now does tell you what objects are available when you do purchase, and I highly recommend to double check that before you purchase, because some days there are special events and special drops, and you might not be able to get an object that you were hoping to get, and you might get 10 of like one member. If you don't want to spend money on these objects, there are so many ways in the tripleS Discord to earn free first class objects. I promise we're gonna get to the tripleS Discord in a second, just bear with me. But these 101 to 120 first class objects, they're just the beginning of the collection obsession. The gateway drug, if you will. Because there are a lot of other objects out there, and to get some of them might take a bit more work or money. We have objects you earn by applying to fan signs, objects you earn by winning fan signs, objects earned through buying merch, objects earned through events, although sometimes they might just recycle a picture and change the border. We have objects earned through special drops like the World Cup and Christmas ones. Yeah, for a limited time during the World Cup, every day that Korea or Japan played, for every 2 objects you bought, the next day you would get 1 World Cup object. It was very chaotic when people learned that they missed out on this drop. And lastly, we have objects you earn when you complete a grid. Let me explain what that means. The app has this built-in collection mechanic. So far, the grids we have are for 101 through 108, 109 through 116, and 170 to 120. Each of those numbered groups are referred to as editions, and each edition has its own outfit concept. And as of right now, these are only a thing for first-class objects. When you collect all cards of a member, you can complete the grid and earn 1 of 2 special cards. Once you complete a grid, the cards used in the grid cannot be traded. Oh yeah, you can trade objects in the app. Okay, except the trading really isn't in the app. It's more like you go to the tripleS Discord, say what cards you have and what cards you want, hope that you find someone that you can trade with, and then you send it through the app. On paper, it sounds kind of sketchy because once you send the card, there is no way to get it back, but I do promise I have never been scammed. So one issue that has come up with trading objects is, well, they're NFTs. Did you know? There's like blockchain-y things when it comes to trading and sending NFTs. I don't know. And the blockchain network can get congested. So let me see if I can get this right. Okay. So the blockchain network can become congested, which means gas becomes high. So transaction fees become high. Therefore, it's hard to send objects. Yeah, so for like a week, no one could trade objects. And seeing a bit of a hole here in this, this whole NFT thing. I feel like we're not talking about this enough. I mean, like, I have so many questions. It just makes me feel like this whole NFT Cosmo object, this is not gonna last forever. But I don't know. What do I know? Dude, NFTs are so stupid. Why do they have to be NFTs? I don't get it. Why can't they just be pictures? Should not be this complicated or annoying. Like, but okay, let's talk about the Discord for a bit. The official tripleS Discord is actually official, which is kind of crazy. Like, there are real staff members there. I mean, the girls aren't there, so don't get too excited. But like, talking to Jay Park is just as cool. Okay, I guess I did slightly lie because the girls have done Discord lives where 2 members just kind of hopped on the mic and read chat and talked. But it's not like you type a message in the Discord and then like Seoyeon herself will Seoyeon stare your comment. Like, no. Now, I have spent many months lurking in this Discord, researching for this video. I know the emotes, I know the memes, I know the people, but if there are members of the Discord watching this, they might recognize me because I didn't exactly do a good job going undercover. But thank you to everyone in the Discord who has traded with me. I hope you guys approve of this video and don't find me too creepy. Just remember that I do lurk and I will read anything you say about this video. Just be nice. Say hi. Anyway, there is plenty to do in the Discord. As I already mentioned, the girls did Discord lives. There are special events to earn free objects. It's where you can trade your objects or even sell them. There's lore discussion. There's a place to make suggestions on improvements for the app, and I guess even for tripleS. The staff is reading the messages, I don't know. But one of my favorite Discord moments involves the last part of the Cosmo app that I have not talked about yet, and that's gravity. So if you remember all the way back at the beginning of the video, I gave a nice little K-pop profiles definition of tripleS. So far, we've talked about the first 2 sentences. Only took me 7 pages of a script. Let's begin the second half now. Okay, we're gonna work our way backwards.
어느 S가 어느 팀에 속하게 될지는 전 세계 마스터들께서 직접 결정하게 됩니다.
So this is gravity. Gravity is where the fans vote. This is why we're called masters. Or Swissy, remember the definition? So what I didn't mention earlier when talking about objects is how whenever you get an object, you earn what is called Como. And Como is what we use to vote. I know there's a lot of vocabulary. So unfortunately, if you do want to participate in the voting part of tripleS, you do also have to partake in the NFTs. Sorry. For the most part, one object is equivalent to 1 Como, but there are exceptions. Double class objects like the World Cup, Christmas, and some fan sign objects give you 2 Como. Hence, double class object, I guess. And special objects like the ones you get from completing a grid or buying albums will give you 1 Como that day every month. So for the first Gravity event, we made the first 2 subunits, Acid Angel from Asia and Crystal Eyes. At that time, Yubin was the most recent member, who was our S8, so it split up 4 members in each. Before we voted, we got to hear samples of each song. That way we could kind of get an idea of the concept each song was going to give. So then you could figure out which girl you wanted to be in which song. And like, although I say we created the subunits, we didn't really have as much control as you might think. The way it worked was each day there would be 2 girls and you would have to put 1 in Crystal Eyes and 1 in Acid Angel of Asia. So those 2 girls could not be in the same subunit. And what kind of ended up happening was with the 2 subunits, one was clearly more kind of girl crushy and the other was more cuter. And almost all of the pair ups, there was a girl who fit more of a girl crush vibe and a girl that fit a cuter vibe. The results really weren't surprising. But this is how we got Acid Angel of Asia, which is the only tripleS music we have gotten. I'm going to talk about them later though. I know I keep saying I'm going to talk about stuff later, but there's a lot to talk about. Anyway, the Gravity event that really caused a commotion in the Discord was deciding the title track for OT10. Yeah, so before the second subunit Crystal Eyes has even happened, it was announced that the first 10 girls were gonna put out music together and we get to vote on the title track. We started out with 8 songs, and each day 2 songs would be put against each other. It was single elimination bracket style, with the final song being the winner, which means it'll be the title track. For each song, we were given like a 25-ish second clip of the demo. It did also say which song was like which girl's favorite, so you could also use that to vote. What was kind of weird with this was for some songs you would get the intro, and other songs you would get what sounded like the chorus, which doesn't really seem like a fair way to compare the songs. And you never would hear a different section of the song, which I think it would have been cool for if a song moved forward, you could hear some other part instead of just voting on the same sample each time. For you guys wondering, here is my ranking of the 8 songs. Justice for H being cut in the first round? What? And yes, I was Team F for the finals. But let's take a look at how close each round was in the voting. Like, some of these are crazy close, especially when you look at the finals, as Song B got 50% of the votes. It won by only a few hundred, which maybe that sounds like a lot, but the thing is, one person could have changed the results. When you vote, you can use as many Como as you want. There is no limit except for the amount that you have. Like, this isn't a one vote per person kind of thing. So the people who spend a lot of money on objects have a lot of Como, which means they have a lot of power. And so from what I remember from the Song B versus Song F battle is through some blockchain tomfoolery, you could get an idea of the results. So you could see what song was winning. So Song F was winning. And then as it got to the very end of the voting period, it was like one person just dumped a bunch of Como and changed the results, like in the last second. This is just my understanding of what happened from reading messages. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best here. I'm doing a really terrible job telling this story, but it was a big issue. It was really crazy during the voting period. You have people campaigning for songs, giving out objects for votes. Madness, but really fun. And yeah, when Song B won, there was an uproar. And it does make you think if there should be some kind of limit, but I don't know, I think the madness of it's kind of fun. I'll be curious if they do make any changes going forward in the voting process. I know a lot of people were making suggestions on like people having limits each day, how much Como they can spend. I don't know if they'll change anything. I know a lot of people disagree with changing up the process. I don't know. I just know I'm really excited for future Gravity events because that was really fun. But overall, I don't really know how I feel about giving fans this much control on the group with like picking songs, because no offense, but fans make really stupid decisions, like eliminating H in the first round. And I also wonder how the voting's gonna work with a lot of the member-specific stuff, because there are clear favorite members in the community. I would want to make sure every member is getting equal opportunities here. So I'm hoping that Modhaus will do a good job at making sure that there isn't like clear favoritism in the opportunities members are getting. So far, they've done a good job at that. Like with the first two subunits, it was split 4 and 4. So there's not like girls left out of an opportunity. So hopefully they'll keep up with that. I don't know how it's going to work when we get to like the next group of girls. Like for future subunits, are they not going to include those first like 8 girls since they already had their subunit time? I don't know. I'm interested to see how this works. To be honest, I don't even think they know how they're going to make that work right now. But speaking of subunits and solos and stuff,
저희 뭐 두 번째 디멘션 열어요?
we finally got to the last part of the definition, the NCT part of tripleS. The dimensions, to my understanding, is just like the word we're using for like subunits and solos and stuff. It's like kind of a thing in the tripleS lore. I don't know. Back in a really early episode of Signal, they had the girls recording their parts for Dimension, and by parts I actually mean they had each girl record the entire song. From what I remember, the idea is each girl records the whole song, and every time there is a new dimension, like a new subunit or something, they are going to release this song, and I guess they're gonna Frankenstein, like, take parts of the girls recording to form that subunit's version of the song. I don't know. I don't know, maybe I am wrong, but that was my impression of it when they talked about it on Signal. And so at the time of filming this, only one subunit has debuted, which was Acid Angel of Asia, and honestly, fantastic job kicking off tripleS. Generation, so good. Thank God. I was gonna be really bummed if the music wasn't good. And like, I didn't think the music wasn't gonna be good, because like I said earlier, Jaden Jeong, like, he's been here, he's done good music, he knows things. Really, my biggest fear was just how fast this all was happening, because as I've mentioned, the Signal episodes show what happened earlier that day. So we know when they started prepping for this. Like, even the physical albums for this debut ended up getting postponed. I don't know why exactly, but I just remember it affirming my feeling of this feels really rushed. Oh, and let's talk about Acid Angel of Asia disbanding. So in the Signal episode where they talk about forming these subunits, they do mention how if the group fails to sell 100,000 copies, they disband. Except that's not like exactly the language they said. Really what they said was, when the activities of one dimension ends, that dimension naturally becomes extinct. The way to preserve the dimension is by getting 100,000 album sales during the period of activity. So if they don't make 100,000 album sales, that subunit won't come back. Like, we won't have that combination of girls again. But like, I don't know how they really enforce that. I guess with how they did do the subunits, they did make it so like those two girls paired up against each other couldn't be in the same subunit. So they might have their ways. I don't know. But I guess maybe even if that combination of girls came back again, it would be a different dimension. So it'd be like a different concept and everything. But I don't know. My impression is that group of girls will not put out more music together. But like, the girls are still in tripleS. Like, they will still put out other music. It just won't be as that subunit. There is no real disbandment. Is that we all clear on that now? They can still be in other subunits. I am so sick of seeing people tweet how the unit disbanded and everyone be like, oh my god, but they were so good. No, like, it's not like that. But this goal that they have, this 100,000 album sales goal, kind of intense. I don't know if they'll ever reach that. I think Acid Angel from Asia made like 25k album sales. So quite a ways to go. Okay, OT10 kind of crushed those numbers. No offense, Acid Angels from Asia. But OT10 sold like 40k in the first week. So who knows, maybe this goal won't be that hard after all. Granted, this was a full group release, and I imagine those are going to be a lot easier to get higher numbers than a subunit, so who knows? I also don't know what this means if tripleS eventually becomes really popular and they're just hitting that 100,000 goal every time. I don't know if they'll try to like move the goalpost or something. I don't know, they probably haven't thought this through either. And you know, although Acid Angel from Asia is gone, I am really looking forward to crystalLY, since they're going to be the more like cuter group, or at least that's speculation. I won't lie, I'm actually kind of mad that we're getting this OT10 thing before crystalLY, because I was really looking forward to crystalLY. But it's okay. I'll just keep waiting. And now we're having this whole OT10 thing while we're having new members join in the Japan house, and the whole process is confusing, but like at the same time, I promise it's actually really not that hard to follow. It's just a little chaotic. Chaotic. Ba-da-ba-da. Okay, I have talked a lot about this group, but now let's talk about me. My experience immersing myself as a tripleS fan. Am I a Swissy? Yeah. I think if you kind of immerse yourself into any fandom for that long, you kind of start liking it. Like, I'll admit, I initially came into tripleS with a lot of hesitations. Remember those red flags at the beginning? But doing all this research, I genuinely really love the group. And I hate to admit it, but the objects are so addictive. I do not like NFTs, but having them disguise as these collectible photo cards that become rare, very enticing. I definitely do not recommend getting into objects if you have a gambling addiction, or a spending addiction, or a collecting addiction. If you get addicted to things, avoid the objects. I don't know, I just love the rush of the object trading chat after any drop happens. And I just like following the object stock market. I like to know what objects are rare, what objects people really want, and just seeing the pictures of the objects is really fun. I still obviously would prefer physical ones. Granted, I wouldn't buy physical ones really because I don't collect photo cards. So, yeah, honestly, I should probably sell all the objects I have because I just can't keep continuing to get these, especially now that my research is finished. And as much as I hate the whole NFT-ness of this group, It's honestly a genius way for Modhaus to make money. Like I said, I lurk in that Discord. I have seen how much you guys are spending on objects and the fan signs to get more objects. But other than the NFTs, I have been buying all the physical merchandise. I own physical objects, and funny enough, I accidentally won a video call by buying some objects. I think it was the very first video call that they did. I do have footage of me opening up my winnings and talking about the video call, so I'm going to pass it over to Past Me to do that, to show you that. Yeah. Just kidding. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. Oh, don't you look foolish thinking it was going to be the Past Me, and now you have future me. And I will pass it over to Past Me, but unfortunately, she didn't really talk about the video call. She actually just did an unboxing of all of tripleS's merch. So, present day me did a terrible job with that segue. When I get to the video call merch, I will still show some footage and I will talk about it. But just know that this next section is the merch section. We're going through every single merch item tripleS has released. Okay, so I have a lot of tripleS merchandise because I have bought pretty much anything that they have released for this video. Of course, it's all for research. So these should be the physical versions of the NFTs, right? So these are the photo card versions. So I'm going to open that up first. As you can see, I ordered them from K-Town for You because that is the only place you can really get them. Besides at, was it G25 stores in Korea, which I'm obviously not in Korea, so I can only order online. And K-Town's where to get them. I ordered quite a bit of these. I think the first 8 girls had all had theirs available when I bought these. There's a chance Jeong might not be in this, but we'll find out. It's a little curved. There is a little thing to rip this. I hate that, but I'm just gonna rip it. Oh, okay. I wish the rip was that way instead of this way. Okay, time to see what my first physical object is. And it's you! So as you can see, these are physical forms of the objects. So then looking at the back, the QR code is how I can get this object onto my Cosmo account, which I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So don't think you can steal this card by scanning that QR code. So that's exciting. We have one down. Let's look at the others.
Next we have Seoyeon. We have Jeon. And there's Cheon. If it's on focus, there we go. Ju! So Ju again, it is. Ju again! Oh my gosh. And there's Cheon, so we haven't gotten her yet.
Honestly, pretty great at the variety, because a lot of the times when you order bulk, you get a lot of duplicates, but it makes sense that this wouldn't be duplicates, but you still just never know. I have not pulled Seoyeon or Yubin or Nakyung. I think those are the only ones I'm missing so far. I have 3 left. 3 chances to get one of their cards. And we have G. That's crazy. And it's another one I haven't gotten yet, which is even more insane. So I won't be pulling every member. And we have Kaede again. I just really want Seoyeon. Is that so hard? Ah. Maybe this is her. I just really would like a Seoyeon. I won't be upset if it's not her. I would just be really happy if it was. It is! Yay! Yeah! Oh, that's exciting. I'm still bummed I didn't get every single girl. These things are thick. This is fun. It's like Pokemon cards, but there's only one card. But it's still really fun to open them. I don't know what I'm going to do with these because I don't collect photo cards. But I definitely see the appeal in collecting these. It is a really fun thing to get. They're very cheap because it's just a photo card. You do have to pay shipping, but it's really not that bad when you buy them like in bulk like this. Here's my tripleS cards. This should be what I bought / won from the video call that I participated in, which I believe were the second class objects, or sorry, not second class. Yeah, second edition. A lot of words, but you'll see when I open. Whoa! K-Town gave me like a nice little envelope and bag for all of them. My music taste didn't, so yeah. But we have more to unbox. Yay! So these ones should be the second edition or the second outfits. These should only have, I think it was House 1 that I did. So it's Seoyeon, Yuyeon, Jiu, and Yubin are the 4 girls I could get. But let's find out. Yes, so these are the other outfits. It's kind of harder to tell, I think, with Yuyeon, but with the first edition ones, they had kind of like a school uniform look. These ones aren't going to be that. They're more of like a Burberry, right? You'll know it when you see it. She just doesn't really have it. Oh my god, Yuyeon! She's just so pretty!
Oh, yeah, again! Awesome! So, slightly different. I know it's very similar to the last one, but they are different. Yeah, hello! Oh, cute! See what I mean by the outfits? Right, do you get it now? Lovely to see you again, too.
I would hope I can get all 4 here. I would really love one of the Yubin cards because I adore the second edition Yubin concept. Yeah! I asked for it and the gods give me it. First with Seoyeon and now the Yubin card. Look, she's just so cute. I have 2 more. Would love to get a Seoyeon now. Oh, and it's Yuyeon again. Okay. The last one again. If we can get Seoyeon, I would be so happy. Would just love a Seoyeon. Would just love it. I'll even do a dance. I don't know. Like, please. And it's Jiu! Oh, I'm so dumb. That was not the last card. I didn't realize I bought so many. But I guess that's why I want a video call. There she is! Yo! Seoyeon, so I got all the girls. Yes. Yes. I love that for me.
And we have another Jiu. Okay, that's not the card I'm looking for, but I will gladly take another Seoyeon. Yes. And we have Yuyeon again. So pretty. I can't tell if I've gotten this one. I don't think I have. And it's Jiu! Again! Her hair is so long in the pictures. Oh, look at her. So cute.
So this is the last one. So let's see if we can get the one Seoyeon card I really, really want. If I don't get it, it's fine. Okay, it's not the card, but it is the Seoyeon. So that's still exciting, and it's still a really pretty and cute card. But now we have to see what I won for my video call, because as you can see, there wasn't an album for this. So it's not like there was an album for them to sign. Instead, I have a piece of paper with their signatures on it. So I'm going to do a grand reveal. There it is. And there's little messages. We first have Seoyeon. Says, thank you so much. I love you too. And wait a minute. So you notice that a little, it is a drawing. It is a drawing of something. That thing. That where it says LOL. tripleS fans, you can probably guess what that is. But that is this. She died laughing when I showed her that I too have this cushion because it is such an addicting cushion to have. From Jiu, which adorable signature. Hold on, look at that little bear. Thank you. See you again. From Yuyeon, we have love you and something in Korean. Hold on. 우대로 안녕. Someone decipher that for me. Thank you. And then Yubin with the little tongue sticking out. That is so cute. Korean. It says see you again. So it might just be see you again in Korean. 보고 싶. Wait, right? Yeah. 보고 싶. So for any of you handwriter readers, let me know what they said. I just think this is a really cool thing to have. I wish I could have gotten the other 4, but I just shot my shot for this one because it has my 2 biases. So yeah, and I'm really happy that I can say I did this before they blow up, because they're obviously going to be very successful and huge, and I get to say I was there day 1. Okay, some brief highlights of the video call. As I mentioned, I did show my knot cushion to Seoyeon, and she thought that was funny. She did a pretty decent job with English. I mean, they all did, actually. And also, I do have this screen grab from the call, and I cannot tell you how much I love this. Like, just look at my channel picture, and maybe you can understand why I love this screen grab so much. Next was Jiu, and she was very sweet. I told her I was excited to see her again after seeing her on My Teen Girl. I think of all the members, she might have had the most difficulty speaking with me in English. But look how cute she is. Yeon was an absolute star. But not that it's a competition, but she might be my favorite video call experience, like, ever. I don't know how to explain it, but she's an absolute angel and seemed genuinely really happy. I was a huge Yeon defender and fan of hers when she was on My Teen Girl, so I told her that and how happy I was to see her join tripleS and her improvement, and she just seemed really happy to hear all that. Also, her beauty is crazy. She reminds me so much of Farin, but quieter. I don't know. I just love her. And last was Yubin, who was very new to tripleS at the time of this call, and she wasn't in a lot of signals because she was prepping for the subunit like right after joining the group. So I didn't really know what to talk to her about. I did tell her that I loved her hair from the Acid Angels from Asia teaser, since I think those pictures had just released at that time, like maybe that day. And yeah, she was just a delight and so adorable. Now, I would love to do an OT10 video call, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do one. I just know it's going to cost quite a lot of money. Oh, why did this group already have to get kind of popular? Oh, but I'm gonna try. Maybe. I want to reward myself for the effort I put into this video. And I feel like that would be a great way to do it. Anyway, passing it back over to past me to continue talking about merch. This should be Seoyeon's first photo book, which I am so excited to have this. I remember when I found out about this merch item, I was so excited, and then it never happened, and then it finally happened and I jumped on it. So I'm so excited to open this up. Can you see the reflection on my face? You see that light? Wowza, this thing is hard to look at. Woo! Ooh. And there's her face. There she is. Can you even read it? Just say her name, the face, which is the name of this photo book. I assume all the photo books will be called that. And let's take a look at it. I do know there should be an object. Ooh! Wait a minute. It has a different outer packaging, which that's kind of really neat. And it says special on it because it is a special object. Oh, wait! Whoa! Ooh! Oh my gosh, what a cute card too. And it is a special class. Oh, this is really neat. I love that. Oh my gosh, this photo book is beautiful. She just makes me so happy. Her being the first girl is kind of really what made me fall in love with this group so fast, because I really just fell in love with her. That was all I needed, I guess. She is so cute. If you would like to watch an actual full unboxing of the photo book, I will link one down in the description. I believe it's LOL It's Mike has one. Check that out. So in here, I should have my Acid Angel of Asia. Yeah, Acid Angel of Asia albums. AAA, AAA, tripleS, AAA. I did also order signed copies of these albums. Now, because of where I ordered the albums, I do get a nice little benefit of another one of these guys. So let's see who I got. And we have Jaden. And here they are. I am actually really surprised by how these look because the preview of them was like pink and yellow. And these are obviously not pink and yellow, but these are cool. They're not like Luna ones. Let's see what freebies we have here. Oh, what is going on? Oh, it's another like black special one. Oh, cool. And then is it the same here? Oh, it feels like it. Let's do the fun part. First we have a Nakyang. Yay! And then finally a Seoyeon. Ooh! And if you would like to watch a full unboxing of those albums, I will leave a link in the description. I'm back. Because one thing that the past me couldn't unbox is OT10. Which I have. I'm going to unbox them right now. These are kind of like the Luna albums. Wait. Oh my god, they are! This is the Luna album packaging. Wait. I thought they were gonna be like Acid Angels. Wait a minute. To compare, I do have my signed copies of Acid Angels from Asia. This was like the whole diaper. It's soft cover, right? Here's the other one, by the way. These are the Luna ones. Oh, that's funny. I thought they would keep them all consistent though. I was so sure on that, but I'm kind of glad that they aren't just all gonna be the same. I never liked that about the Luna albums. Also, I don't like horizontal. Why is it this and not this? I mean, I get it's 10 members. That's a lot of people to fit, but you can do it. Also, you don't need to put the members on the cover. Whatever. Anyway, content. Ooh. Ew. We have stickers and it's Dahyun. Look at her. What's in here? Ooh, what is this? What? It's like the quietest lenticular. But it is of Jeong. Crazy, it's a phone. That's like a lore thing. It's so tiny. Posters. I don't feel like opening it. Is that okay? Are we cool with that? And then the object, which I'm gonna save. I'm gonna do both objects at once, okay? Cool. Let's see what else we got. So in this one, I've got another we like to party. We like to party. Sticker I have, it's her again. It's Dahyun. It's a Che. It looks like Cheon. And we have another poster, which cool if I don't open this one either. My objects, and they have the binary sticker on them. Ooh, crazy. All right, here we go. I forgot how annoying these are. Grand reveal. Cute! Dude. I like the little mitten. Seoyeon! Ooh, I love her mittens too. I guess they're gloves. I love the furry. That was it. That. Yay! That was the unboxing. Hi, it's Present Me again. I'm honestly so mad that they have not been keeping up with these photo books. Back in June is when they announced Seoyeon's photo book, and they're like, oh, it's coming in July. And it didn't come out until like October. And she is still the only member to have one. What are they doing? And then there was this other signal where they're like taking pictures when they were in New York City, what seemed like for a photo shoot for a photo book. I thought we'd get a photo book. I don't know what happened about but has there been any information on those pictures? Did I miss something? And that's definitely my biggest complaint and hesitation with Modhaus being able to pull off a group like this. I don't think they're very well organized. Like I've kind of hinted throughout the video, I don't think they've thought this through. Like just in general, there have been some weird and confusing moments. I think they're just figuring it out as they go along, and I guess that's fine. It doesn't ease my nerves. I just hope they don't overstretch themselves or the girls. They're doing a lot. They're gonna have all of these members to take care of. They're uploading daily videos, they're running a Discord, they have this app, they're doing all these objects, and like with these albums that they're releasing, there's like a lot of songs on them too. Like they're not doing singles. How do they do so much in what feels like a very short amount of time? But like, I'm happy to have all this content and material. Like, it's cool. I really do love this group. And like, I kind of hate how much I fell in love with this group. It's honestly just really fun to enjoy this pre-debut process. Get to see all the new members joining. Like, if you're not on the tripleS train yet, chugga chugga choo choo, you might wanna hop on. And if you made it this far into the video, I actually don't even know how to end this video. Have I touched on everything? Was there anything I missed? Yeah. Granted, everything I'm going to talk about happened after I filmed, but we got some tea. Yeah, so a lot of drama happened, which created a lot of tension between tripleS fans and Modhaus, so let's talk about it. So within like 1 week, 4 major events happened, and I'm going to talk about them in the order they happened, and coincidentally, that's also how it escalates. The first thing is kind of then it gets like more intense. So the first thing that happened was My Music Taste had a pre-order benefit for OT10 that said for every album you purchase, you would get a double class object. And then with like a few hours left of the event, they changed it to say 1 double class object per order. So you can see this is a really big change. And like, there was no announcement that they changed this. Like, they were sneaky about this. Discord members spotted the change. And because staff members are in the Discord members brought it up to the staff. And so by bringing it up to J Park, who is the absolute homie of the tripleS staff, he brought it up to more Modhaus staff, who then reached out to My Music Taste. And My Music Taste was like, okay, we'll give everyone 1 postcard. Cool. Yeah, that didn't make people happy. That didn't ease anything. There was still some pushback, and then My Music Taste was like, okay. We'll give at most 10 double class objects per order. Which, sure. They also gave a discount code. So it wasn't what they originally promised, which fits scummy. But I guess they tried to make up for it. And now I wouldn't fully blame Modhaus for this situation because it's a lot more My Music Taste's fault. For one, putting the wrong information, and 2, like sneakily changing it. But Modhaus should have to sign off, right, on this. Like, there should have been staff members seeing what My Music Taste was going to put and notice that that was wrong. So, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I think it was a decent job at resolving the issue, but granted, I didn't buy like tens of albums for double class objects. So I can really see why fans would be extremely frustrated that they were promised one thing and they weren't getting it. And you can't cancel orders. That's the other thing. This was like a video call fan sign or pre-con thing. So that was another reason why people were really angry. Number 2. So I've brought up 0 class objects earlier, but I only talked about the one that I got for pre-downloading the app. There have been others, specifically 2. There was 1 for each of the subunits, which you could have gotten if you participated in the Gravity event to make those subunits. Recently, it was announced that there is going to be a Tokyo House one that only 100 people could win by entering this event giveaway thing. And to enter, you had to take like a screenshot and tweet that you were there for the Discord live with the Tokyo House girls. And so only 100 people could win this, and time zones are a thing. Now the Discord live event for like me was at like 10 p.m. or something. Reasonable. But other people, maybe not as reasonable of a time, especially if you have to like work and you can't be on Discord. So people were kind of rightfully upset, and it was only 100 people are gonna win. By the way, I think I did win. And people were upset. People were upset. But Modhaus did say that there were gonna be other ways to get this object, and it was true. There have been other events that they've held since then to win this object. I mean, that didn't really make fans happier, but I don't think this was really that big of an issue. Number 3. This one was mostly for the Korean fans. This really wasn't a big drama for the international fans because it involved the pre-con, which was in Korea. Something that we could not attend. So for OT10, they held a pre-con where in order to get a ticket to this event, you applied kind of like you do for fan signs and video calls, where you buy a bunch of albums and there's a raffle, and then if you win, you get to go. They had it on a few sites, and it was like 50 people per site would win. So I think it was like a total of 150 people were winning this. The problem that came with this was, unbeknownst to anyone, there was going to be a second round to win a ticket to this. So a lot of people spent a lot of money on that first round thinking this was their one chance to get a ticket to this event. And then when the second round came, you were able to buy one album and win. And on top of that, because it didn't just end there, one of the sites in the second round had a benefit of selecting 10 people to go backstage and like meet tripleS and get a picture with them. Fans got mad because a lot of the fans spent a ton of money on that first round, and they would have much preferred to save money or put that money towards the better prize. But they didn't know that was going to be an option. I understand the frustration. But then, so they announced that there'd be 10 winners that would get to meet the girls. And then they said, I think it was 15 more people would be randomly selected from the audience, like at the event, for that prize, which just made the people even more mad that they had the chance to get this by not spending extra money. It was intense. The Korean fans ended up drafting this letter to Modhaus and posted it in the suggestion channel. And then like everyone was like joining together and posting their Cosmo amount in solidarity to show like we're the real fans. Because I think that's what they said in the thing is like, oh, this is just a chance for the real fans to meet tripleS in that like one event where it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So that was crazy. And just when you thought things settled, it got worse. Number 4. So one of the Korean fans opened up a ticket to voice their frustration over the matters that I just talked about. And I hope I'm getting this all right, but please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. This all happened in Korean, so I am just trying to understand what people translated. So when you opened a ticket, a staff member would contact you to try to resolve the issue. This was their way of doing customer support. Now they have an actual customer support email, but what ended up happening was this fan got a message from Harry, who was the COO of Modhaus, which is kind of insane. And Harry might just not have the best bedside manner. Essentially what happened was Harry told the fan, well, if you're mad, get a refund. Which maybe doesn't sound that bad, but from my impression, there is just something in the subtext with the Korean that it sounded really aggressive and was very rude. But nonetheless, it angered a lot of Korean fans again, and they drafted up yet another letter to Modhaus. Remember, all 4 of these things happened within a week. You know what this led up to? Jaden Jeong himself mentioned everyone in the Discord and sent a formal apology. That was the day I learned Jaden's name is not Jaden, which, duh, he's Korean. I guess Harry's name's also probably not Harry. Damn, dude dropped the govy. Harry also apologized and was removed of his admin role. And I kid you not, like 2 days ago that I'm filming this, they released another message that he is no longer COO. Insane. You know, maybe having an official Discord with staff members isn't a good idea. That's it for the tea, as of now. Let's go let the other me wrap this video up. Psych! Yeah, I bet you look foolish. You should see your face. You really thought it was gonna go back to past me and not a completely, totally new me that has yet to be seen in the video. Oh my god. You're so stupid. Hi, Shy Guy. Not this Shy Guy, but the other one. Hi, see you. Shy Guy. Wow, what a fancy new setup. And yes, this is my IU light stick. It is not a real microphone. I felt like holding something. So I'm sure you are all wondering, why am I here now? No. Well, I will give you one guess as to what have I not talked about yet in this video. Oh, I think I heard the right answer over there. The music! Oh, I got lipstick on my light stick. No. I have not talked about the music of this group. And I have thoughts. Yes, I could have made this its own separate video, but like, isn't this more fun? You've already watched, what, an hour and a half of this by now? Like, what's an extra, like, 10 to 15 minutes? Like, come on. So the music of tripleS. Let's talk about all the music. So starting with Acid Angels from Asia. I know I keep saying Acid Angels of Asia. Easy mistake. I already mentioned Generation. Bop. Love Generation. Blew me away. Is it not that I thought it was going to be bad? I just wasn't expecting this. Like, phenomenal. However, I don't have quite the same feelings for the rest of the songs. I felt like a lot of the work got put into Generation, and the other songs did not get quite the same production attention. So Rolex being the next track, I think is fine, but it's way too high of a key. I think if it was dropped down a bit, it probably would be a lot better. But also just the style of the song in general, it's just not really my type. So it's okay. Charla, I like a lot more. Still not enough for me to really go out of my way to listen to it, but I like it more than Rolex. And then as for Dimension, a lot of thoughts on Dimension. So I mentioned this earlier in the video. So Dimension was weird. I'm sorry if you hear Shy Guy purring, not him, but him. I'm sorry. I'm not refilming this. So as I mentioned in the video, Dimension was kind of a mess in that they had all the girls record it, the whole song, and then they're like, ooh, we don't actually know like what's gonna happen to the song. And my interpretation is they're just gonna have every girl when she joins like tripleS, or I guess even before she officially joins, she's gonna record the whole song. So then anytime there's a new Dimension, they will recreate the song with those girls, so they don't have to re-record this every single time. Cool idea. The production of it was weird, and I know I'm not the only one who had this thought, but the mixing is off. Like, the vocals are so quiet, but like the song is good. But what happened? It was definitely the song that I think frustrated me the most on the album or the EP, because it's a good song, but the mixing is just a weird choice. And I don't know if it was a mistake or if that was purposeful. I don't know. Some people might just really love it the way it is, and that's cool too. I am excited to see the other versions of it. The Crystal Eyes have done their version of it at the pre-con. I thought it sounded fine. I don't know if it's just because it was in a concert setting, it seemed different, or maybe I just like am used to it and I was like too like, ooh, Crystal Eyes version, that I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Looking forward to hearing that song 1,000 more times. I don't know what's gonna happen with that song as tripleS goes on. And then there's like the intro and outro. Sure, cool. I know the whole plan is the outro is like plus 82, which is gonna lead in supposedly to the Crystal Eyes intro, because Crystal Eyes, if you don't know, it's like plus KR, like Korea, and it's like the Korea phone number, which is 82. It is kind of clever, I'll give them that. Oh, and then for choreography, I like it. I like the Generation choreo. I'm not as familiar with the Rolex choreo because I didn't really watch those performances. But, you know, I like the da 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 da. You know? Yeah, sure. I dig it. So, no complaints. Okay, OT10. What is our Beam? Beam is the first track. So Beam was one of the contenders to be in the title track, which, ooh, that's exciting. I'm happy to see we have those other tracks. Hello, are you a Beam fan? And I love Beam. I think it's a great song. It was one of my favorites from the brackets. I didn't want it to win, and I'm really glad it didn't. You know, hearing the song in full, it's not a title track. Good job, everyone who voted, making sure that didn't win. I don't think it should have been a title track, but I'm really happy that we got it. So then after that, we have Into the Rise, the like intro for the title track, which is weird. It's a weird order that they did that. Absolutely bangs. Amazing transition intro. I love it. I love it. And then the actual title itself, so good. Oh my gosh, I love it. Like, I'm actually blown away. And I know I said I was a song F-er. Granted, I haven't heard song F in full yet. I can admit I was wrong. Song B might have been the best choice. I'll admit. Song B is fantastic. It is just so good. I'm just gonna keep saying it's so good because it's so good. So then after that, I believe is Colorful, which easily my favorite. I knew it was gonna be my favorite from the Highline medley. I can't tell you how much I love Colorful. It is like a me kind of song. 'Cause I love cute, I love fun. It's so good. And that wasn't one of the choices of when we did the voting. So that was just kind of a brand new surprise song, which, all right, okay. So then after that was New Look, which was another one of the songs from voting. And once again, happy that didn't win. Like, I'm so happy we're still getting those songs because they were teased to us. They all sounded like good. So I don't want the songs to just disappear. So it's nice to see them still come like in. And I guess I don't know why they're deciding which ones to release as B-sides. I don't know if any of those other ones will ever appear again as a title track. I don't know what their plan is. And then was there something else? Oh, the Baddest. How does the Baddest go? Baddest do what the baddest do. Well, now I have to say it's the most forgettable one for me because I've literally forgot it. But it's not bad. It's still good. Once again, not a song that was up for voting. So this was a brand new song. I think I would put it kind of with the B-sides from Acid Angels. It has a similar kind of vibe of just like emptiness almost. I don't know how to exactly explain it, but that's how I'm feeling. And then the last one we have Chowall, which is only like a minute. So that's like an outro, but it was still like a song. Yeah, that's a vibe. I don't know why it's not like a real song. Shy Guy, why are you looking like you see a bug? Do you see something I don't see? Overall, insanely great EP. Wow. One of the best I've actually heard in K-pop. Like, I really don't have complaints. I was just so blown away. Oh my gosh, this group's gonna be insane. Now, the complaints I do have. Choreography. I know this has been talked on Twitter, but let me put in my opinion, you know? Let me throw my hat into the ring here. So let's just start with the title. We'll start with Rising. It's fine. You know, they're not recreating the wheel here. Yeah. Like, there's some moments I'm like, yeah, cool. Then there's others I'm like, that was awkward. The two things that really stick out in my mind that I think of is, like, I think two of kind of like maybe the highlight-ish moments, with one being the shoulder wave thing that they do, which is cool. But when they don't wear the puffy jackets, it looks a little weird. Not really like a complaint. It's just something I've noticed. And then the other is the big moment of the choreo where they like face each other and they do the little, you know, the dance. And then they turn and they do it in sync. That part's cool. I like when they turn and then they're all together again and they're not facing each other. Maybe this is a hot take. I don't like this part of the choreo when they're facing each other and dancing. Hear me out. So first off, it's just kind of weird to like not face the crowd. But the thing that I think makes me kind of laugh at it every time is it just makes me think about West Side Story. They're the freaking sharks and jets. Da 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 da. Anyone? I can't not think about the sharks and the jets every time it gets to that part of the choreography. I'm saying this out of love. This isn't like I hate it. It just makes me laugh, and if it makes me laugh, that's fun. I'm having a good time. Just deja vu, make it true. Deja vu, make a move. Anyway, now let's talk about the colorful choreography or lack of. A lot of these moves are very basic. This is something that you do on Just Dance. It worries me. There are 10 people on stage. There's so much you can do with 10 people. So to have them all do the same thing, and for that same thing to just not be impressive? Bit disappointing. I swear to God, this is a literal Just Dance choreography. And then you have the, yeah, we are so colorful, yeah, we have, and they're just kind of standing like, Like, I know for the pre-con, they, like, threw autographed balls into the crowd during that, and, like, that was fine. But clearly they're not going to do that on music shows, so they just kind of stand there and... It's just awkward. And then they do the conga line, which... You know, New Jeans did. It was cute. It was clever. The song, I think, is just too slow, or they don't move enough. You can do this move. Like, that is fine. But they just kind of stand in place doing it, and I think that's what makes it kind of awkward. But what I love about the move is when they, like, change. They do, like, a formation change, which I think is cool. It's a very marching band move. So, the last song that has choreo is Beam. Now... So Beam is the one that went kind of big on Twitter. I want to talk about this because remember what I mentioned earlier. Beam and New Look were contenders for the title track. And with every title track should come choreography. Silly old me here was thinking, oh, well, if it was gonna be a potential title track, there was probably choreography like ready for it. Something tells me that is not the case. As New Look has had no choreography that we know of. And the choreo for Beam, oh my god, thank god this was not the title track. If this was the choreo that was planned for this, but I have a feeling they didn't plan choreo for this. Beam choreography, a lot of standing in place. And same kind of critiques from the Colorful, where they're all just doing the same kind of basic moves, like together. And like I said, it's a 10-member group. It's a bit frustrating. And now, let me just say what I think is going on here. And I've mentioned this before, but because of how everything works, I think tripleS is a bit rushed when they put out stuff. So, because some of the stuff is getting rushed, they don't have the time to do complicated choreography. It almost feels like they didn't have choreo planned for any of this stuff ahead of time, and they came up with something quick that they knew the girls could pick up on quick, because to have 3 songs That's a lot to have 3 dances ready. So it makes sense that they want to keep them simple. But that is not how this works. The fans want not simple. Especially in a time where it feels so much that K-pop choreo is TikTok focused. I think it rubs people the wrong way when your dances are just standing in place and doing some arm movements, you know? As someone who is such a big fan of choreography, it upsets me. A lot of my love for groups comes from watching them perform and seeing the cool dances. And I want to watch all the live stages, but this isn't really doing it for me. So I am hoping as tripleS grows, becomes more experienced, they'll be able to pick up on some more complicated choreography. I'm really hoping, actually, because I don't want all their dances to look like this. Like, Rising had formations and stuff, so they can do it, but clearly that was the song they put a lot of effort into. And it's just weird to me, since we have other songs that were potential title tracks. I would just think that they would have had choreo ready for all of those. And it doesn't feel like that now. I don't know, is anyone else thinking this? Wait, seriously, someone tell me your thoughts on this as well. I think I have said all that needs to be said. I felt like I had so much to say, and it was crazy to me that I didn't bring it up at all in the video. So I am sorry about adding this extra, like 30 minutes, but needed to be said. Also, as a thank you for making it this far into a very chaotic video that's way too long about a group that only has like 10 songs. Giveaway! Ooh, Shy Guy perked up at that. So I have some extra assemble albums. Ooh. So if you're interested in an assemble album, here's what to do. You have to comment on the video and fill out the Google form in the description. I promise now I will pass it over to the past me, it's the second me, the present day. How many me's are there? I will pass it over to whichever one of me filmed the outro to the video. Let's let her wrap this mess up. What was the point of this video? I promise it wasn't like a way to get you to love tripleS. It was just my experience fully diving into the whole tripleS pre-debut experience. I don't know, hopefully maybe you learned something about them that you didn't know before. I know they're a very interesting group. They're very different. But as a Swissy, I'm going to continue supporting them. I am so looking forward to OT10, which is on February 13th, #notanad. I don't even know if this video is going to be done before that. I've actually been working on this script for so long that Acid Angel of Asia happened, and then the OT10 announcement happened, and then the Japan announcement happened. So who knows, maybe something else has happened since I have filmed. They do so much. But anyway, I gotta go. Have a lovely time of day, wherever, whenever you are. It is currently 3:53 in the morning. Oops. How do I already have 2,500 steps today? Literally all I have done is film this video. Mwah!